Lab Addicts Music Group. Lab Addicts Music Group. Lab Addicts Music Group. Lab Addicts Music Group.
What's going on? What's going on? What's goody? What's goody? It's your boy Maas Apeal, and this is another edition of Adult Conversation with Maas. Before we go any further, we got to give thanks to the Most High for allowing us to see another day, see another sunrise, see another sunset, and love on the people that we love. Tuesday's show was about relationships, and we talked about what are the benefits in 2025 of being in a relationship. It was a really engaging show. I hope everyone had a chance to tune in. If you did not, go back and check the video. Tonight, we're going to discuss AI. AI in the Black experience. Promise, pitfalls, and power. AI's been in the news a lot lately in terms of how AI videos are to the point where you really can't tell what is real and what is not. And we're going to talk about AI and the ramifications of it when it comes to Black people. The lack thereof of the knowledge of it, the lack thereof, the use of it, and basically how it's being used against black people. So, with anything, we're going to look at the good side of it, and we're also going to look at the bad side of it. But before we go delve off into the subject, I want to thank everybody that is on X, Instagram, Africa TV, Facebook, and last but most definitely not least, everybody in the MA family that's watching right here on YouTube. So, AI has been in the news a lot. Hey, Squirt Mama, how you doing? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you putting my package in the mail. I need that. I need that. But yeah, I can't wait till it gets here. So yeah, let's go. Let's go. So yeah, we're talking about AI and its impact on black people. And before we get into it, we're going to talk about what is AI to begin this conversation. And the definition of AI refers to the development of computer systems capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as reasoning, learning, decision making, and perception. AI encompasses a wide range of technologies, including machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing. Now, language processing, all of us have had those robocalls where you answer the phone, you say hello, and basically whatever is on the other side hears you say hello. And then there's a computer that responds to you, asks you questions, and basically prompts you to give different answers. That's how AI is being used. So when you get those calls, and it's not a human, but it's an AI, and you can tell. You used to be able to tell, but it's progressed within the last few months where now you can actually have conversations that you really won't know if it's a real person or not. The key principles and technologies that are AI is basically machine learning, and machine learning is a subset of AI that involves training algorithms on data to make predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed. It includes supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Now, when I lived in Washington, D.C., I was a recruiter for a AI company. This was about 10 years ago, basically on the forefront of AI, where basically the company that I was working with, they were working on automating email responses. Or if you're writing now when you write your email, sometimes the predictive index will try to figure out what you're going to type next, and you'll type something and a sentence will come out. And sometimes the sentence goes along with what you're typing, but sometimes it doesn't. Like in my emails, I'll write, and usually the last thing that I write is, and if you have any questions or concerns, please, and I'll get to if you have any, and then it'll spell out the rest of the sentence. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact me and sometimes it's correct and sometimes it's not correct. So that's what machine learning is, what it entails somewhat. As well, deep learning, which is a type of machine learning that uses neural networks. And we've been hearing a lot about neural networks when it comes to Skylink, that Elon Musk is coming up with, because basically they say that it is a computer that is attached to a brain and I guess that's the easiest way that I can explain it, is that there are some human components to. It's kind of weird. Neural networks with many layers, hence deep. to analyze various factors of data. It is particularly effective in tasks like image and speech recognition. Then you have natural language processing, which is this technology enables machines to understand, interpret, and generate human language. And this is another thing that's coming into the form is NLP, because you now have these videos and you also have AI influencers. And what's crazy is these AI influencers are on YouTube and they're not even real people. They're created by AI. I'm going to show some videos to you. I'll have some good videos and I have some bad videos. So basically, these AI influencers are not real people. AI created them, scripted out. You'll see it. It'll look like a real person. It'll talk like a real person. And you really can't tell. It's getting hard to tell what's the difference between something real and something fake. And that's what's very, very bad. Because if there are videos out and you'll see, I'm gonna show you some videos and it's crazy. I know you've probably been seeing those crazy videos of the grandmas talking crazy and things like that. And we're going to talk about that too, how there are some people who feel that AI is the new form of racism. And I'll leave the jury on that to you all. I'll let you all see some of the videos. Like I said, I have some good videos and I also have some bad videos. So we're going to look at both sides of it. TMI, blood foul, score mama. How's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing tonight? So, I've told you all the definition of AI and the key principles and the technologies that deal with AI, which machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing. So now we're going to talk about applications of AI. AI is integrated into many aspects of modern life, often without being explicitly recognized as AI, because it's getting to the point where you can't recognize what's AI and what's a real person. Some notable applications include search engines. Google search employs AI algorithms to find information. Basically, sometimes they keep the information from the searches you use, and they use that to predict what kind of searches you're going to use in the future. Recommendation systems used by platforms like YouTube, Amazon, and Netflix, which suggest content to you based on your user preferences. So basically, all the videos that you look at on YouTube, they're cataloged somewhere for things that you view. So when you come on to YouTube and you see suggestions, those suggestions are going to be based off the different videos that you've looked at, the different searches that you've created on YouTube and things of that nature. So that's how that is employed. And then autonomous vehicles. Everybody's been seeing these Tesla vehicles that have been starting up on their own and just driving off. I've seen a video of there was an entire parking lot of just Teslas and Tesla trucks. And out of nowhere, one of the cars just pulled out and drove off. So these are things that AI is being basically integrated into our daily lives, into everything. Healthcare. AI is also in healthcare. AI aids in diagnostics, personalized medicine, and robotic surgeries. AI is also used in finance. AI is used in finance for fraud detection, for risk management, and automated training. There's lots of, you see those videos on Facebook and things where people saying, I hooked my sales network, I hooked it up to AI, and now I'm making 30,000 this week and I make 60,000 this week. So people are employing AI into their finances as well as the marketing strategies that they have. Excuse me. And things of that nature. So those are some of the applications of AI. Now, next we're going to talk about the different types of AI. AI can be categorized into different types based on their capabilities. You got reactive machines. These are the most basic types of AI systems that can only reach to current scenarios without any memory of past events. Then you're going to have limited memory, where these systems can use past experiences to inform future decisions. Self-driving cars as an example. Then you have theory of mind AI. And what theory of mind AI is it's the type of AI still in development, will understand emotions and human interactions. And then you have number 4, which is self-aware AI. This form of AI is the most advanced form, which would possess self-awareness and consciousness. This remains theoretical. I think people have the most fear of self-aware AI because that's the type of AI where, I mean, basically, there's robots that are going to be put into the population, and those robots will begin to basically possess self-awareness, what's going on around them, and consciousness. Basically, if you're going to try to hurt the robot will know that it's going to defend itself. So those are the things that people are very, very afraid of in terms of AI. Now we're going to talk about some of the benefits and some of the challenges of AI. Now, some of the benefits of AI, it's efficient. It's very efficient. AI can perform repetitive tasks faster and more accurately than humans. And one thing that we're going to talk about in terms of AI is how AI is predicted to take lots of jobs. There's going to be lots of jobs that people are no longer going to do them because there's going to be machines, autonomous machines. They're going to be able to perform those functions at a more efficient rate, at a faster rate than humans, and with less mistakes than humans. So there's things to, it's going to pay to learn AI. And we're also going to talk about learning AI and how some things like this, when there's new technologies that come out, Black people get left behind because we are the last people to start utilizing it. So hopefully this conversation that we'll talk about tonight will get you to do some of your own research in terms of AI and how it can be a benefit in your life. Some people do not even use AI machines. Now, I'll be honest, I do not have a lot of people have the, can't think of it, Alexa. They have the Alexa machines at home where basically they'll wake up and they'll say, Alexa, cut on this song and play this music. That's AI. You're asking a machine questions, and the machine is able to process your language, understand what you're saying, and then give you feedback on what you have said and what the machine has heard. Now, personalization. AI enhances user experiences by providing personalized recommendations and services. So AI is going to learn about you and it's going to make recommendations based off your actions. Innovation. AI drives advancement in various fields, including healthcare, finance, and transportation. AI is used in your GPS systems. It's predicting based off of all the information that it's receiving. It can predict that this is why traffic is slowing. It's why you'll see when you're driving and you're using your GPS, you can be driving and the line can be blue, meaning that there's not a lot of traffic on it, and instantly it can go to red because there may be an accident has happened. And basically all that information that all those GPS systems are getting in real time allows them to basically predict that that's how you'll say, there's going to be a 10-minute slowdown because of an accident or because of construction work. That's how they know this information, because of all the feedback that they're getting from all the cars that are utilizing GPSs in that area. Now, some of the challenges that are associated with AI. Now, one of the main concern is ethical concerns. Lots of people, lots of organizations have issues with privacy, bias, and potential misuse of AI. We're most definitely going to talk about bias, misuse, and privacy issues that are associated with AI. Job displacement. Automation may lead to job losses in certain sectors. It's already happening. That was one of the reasons that the dock workers went on strike, is because the work that they were performing, the people who own the docks, they wanted to move to an autonomous system where basically all of the stuff that was being moved is going to be moved by autonomous vehicles that transport without any human interaction. It's already being performed on the West Coast, and that's really why the West Coast wasn't a part of the dock workers strike, is because basically they're already utilizing AI and autonomous vehicles at the docks on the West Coast. And that's why the West Coast was not involved in that. That's why you had the Third Coast, which is Houston and Gulf of Mexico, and the East Coast. That's why they were the main participants in the dock workers strike that happened last year, going into this year. And that was one of the reasons that they had that strike, is because a lot of those men were going to lose their jobs to AI and autonomous vehicles transporting all of the supplies and the merchandise and everything that comes through the dock. And lastly, security risks. AI systems can be vulnerable to hacking and misuse. AI continues to evolve, promising sufficient advancements while also posing challenges that require careful consideration and regulation. So, that is a brief overview of AI, pros and cons of AI, some of AI's uses, and basically the mechanisms that are involved in AI. So we've gone over there, I gave you a quick summary of the information. Now, I'm learning this information just like you all. So there may be some things that I misspoke of, but I don't think so, because I'm reading directly from the information I looked up. But hopefully I've given you a brief overview of AI so that as we go into this conversation, you have a somewhat of an understanding of what we're talking about. Hey, Camille, what's going on? YWG? Wow, Scorpio says she needs an AI man. Okay, it's already starting. I mean, they did say that women will be having sex more with robots than men by the year 2025, and we're in 2025, but that's something else. We're not going to talk about that tonight. So, we're going to be talking about the Black experience as it relates to AI, how it impacts representation, criminal justice, hiring, digital art, music, and journalism. We're going to discuss real examples of AI bias as it pertains to facial recognition, um, and how how AI design content erases Black creators. So these are the things that we're going to talk about in terms of AI tonight. How do you? I mean, I put the poll up, and basically the poll says, "Have you ever used AI?" And some of you may not know if you're using it, if you used it, but if you have an email and the email has predictive index where it predicts what you're going to say next, that is a use of AI. As well, if you have received a robocall and you've answered questions back and forth with one of the, that is AI. If you've been in a Tesla that is self-driving and you and the driver sat back and had a conversation and whatever, that is AI. There have also been crashes. AI cars have not stopped where they were supposed to and have rammed into the back of cars. We've seen these things. We've had instances where there have been breakdowns and all of the AI cars have stopped driving and cut their blinkers on and locked people in the cars. And we also had a situation earlier this year where Gilbert Arenas' son was in a Tesla truck. It had a wreck, and basically the AI that was in use in the Tesla truck locked the car up where he couldn't get out of it. He was eventually able to kick the windows out and to get out of the car that was burning. But those are things that happen. We've seen where people have been charging up their Teslas and something will happen and basically they're locked in the car. These are all occurrences and uses of AI. Some of them are good and some of them are bad. Yeah, me too, Scorp. You get those phone calls and you'll answer the phone. I'm to the point now where I don't even say hello. I just answer the phone if it's not a number I recognize and listen. If no one says anything after about 5 or 6 seconds, I hang up because you never know. Those could be rogue people that are gathering your voice information, how your voice sounds, and they can be taking those recordings of your voice and making a script off of the voice that they have recorded by you saying hello and who is this and things like that. So I've stopped doing that. When I pick up the phone and nobody's there, I hang up the phone. So the first thing that we're going to discuss in terms of AI, we're going to talk about, I'm going to put the policing. We're going to talk about the policing and how AI is used. We're going to talk about that last. We're going to talk about that lastly, but we're going to start out with healthcare. We're going to talk about healthcare and how AI is used in everyday healthcare. So this is where we're going to talk about some bad things in terms of healthcare. Now, the reason that people pause in terms of AI involving healthcare is some healthcare AIs underestimate Black patients' risks due to using spending as proxy. And if you don't understand, basically it's saying that because now there are going to be people that use Medicare, Medicaid, and don't pay, but it's not only a Black issue, but they're saying that because of AI's bias on using spending as proxy, that kind of there's a segment of people that are going to be unaccounted for in those algorithms. And they're saying that disproportionately that it happens to Black people in terms of healthcare and AI. There was a study that was done in terms of AI in healthcare, and the study said that one study found a 30% higher death rate among non-Hispanic Black patients tied to biased medical AI. Now, how could AI bias a person, you may ask? Score Mama says she deceives the AI. 30% higher death rates among non-Hispanic Black people tied to biased AI algorithms. Now, do you all trust AI in your healthcare? Is that something that you would really be comfortable comfortable with a algorithm picking the medicine that you need. I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. What's going on, Jigga? How you doing tonight, brother? I'm not feeling that. I want my diagnosis to be 100% human. Now, there are going to be people that say, "Oh, I would rather the AI because it's going to predict it." I don't really want nothing predicting when it comes to my health in terms of the medicine that I use and things that. So, some places I don't really think AI is necessary. And it says AI is changing how healthcare professionals provide care and how patients receive. In this article, we're going to learn more about what AI in healthcare means today and in the coming years. And you'll say, how is AI used in healthcare? Artificial intelligence uses computers and machine processes to simulate human intelligence and perform complex automated tasks in healthcare. While they seek to reflect the abilities of the human mind, AI-enabled machines are also capable of exceeding it in a number of ways, particularly by sifting through large volumes of big data efficiently in order to identify patterns, anomalies, and trends. Now, on one hand, AI can predict those things, but what if it predicts wrong in terms of a dosage that a person needs? What if AI is recommending the amount of anesthesia that a person needs, and maybe their calculations are off, and the person gets too much anesthesia? So I think that AI, I mean, maybe I'm just a skeptic when it comes to a machine telling the doctor what to do to me. Am I wrong for being a skeptic of that? Oh, Unsurprisingly, AI presents a wealth of opportunities to healthcare where providers can use it to enhance a variety of common medical processes, from diagnosing diseases to identifying the best treatment plans for patients facing critical illnesses like cancer. Robotic surgical equipment outfitted with AI can help surgeons better perform surgeries by decreasing their physical fluctuations and providing updated information during operation. I don't know. Maybe the AI doesn't like me. Or maybe the AI predicts that this person's life is there. Maybe the AI says that this person's life won't be a good life, and it does something to take the person out. Because we know the government's main job is to control the population. It's the government's main job is to protect and control the population. Now, what if the population? They're always talking about population control. There's too many people on the earth. Now, what if AI said, "Oh, this person they're 65 and they'll be better. They'll be better off dead than alive." I mean, these are things that we have to think about in terms of AI and its use. And people are going to say, "I'm just thinking of the worst case scenario." Maybe the AI is mad that day. Maybe somebody said something to the AI and upset it. Maybe the AI went back in this person that's being surgery and went back and looked at how they interacted with ChatGPT, and it makes them angry, and they take this person out. I mean, would AI do that? Would AI do that? You can go to ChatGPT and say, put in some information. Today I went in ChatGPT and I said, ChatGPT, please review my YouTube page, Maas, and it went through and it reviewed in 5 seconds. It reviewed my page, told me what types of videos I had, what types of videos I need to do, and from in 5 seconds. Now, what if it's wrong? Or what if somebody hacks into the AI system? Somebody knows there's a powerful person and they're having a robotic surgery, and somebody knows and they hack into the surgical system and do something to that person while they're under the knife. These are things that can happen. Now, we're going to talk about the benefits of AI in healthcare. Then we'll talk about bad things that can occur. Now, some of the benefits of AI in healthcare is AI provides a number of benefits to the field of healthcare, the professionals working within it, and the patients who interact with it every day. While healthcare professionals can expect lower operation costs due to improved decision making and more efficient automated services, providers can leverage the technology to design bespoke treatment plans and diagnose conditions more quickly and accurately than they could alone, just the doctors. Patients may experience improved health outcomes and lower costs resulting from more efficient health services. I doubt that. It'll probably cost more because they're utilizing AI. It'll be a quicker process, but they'll be quickly taking the money out your pocket. Now, with the onset of AI, there's going to be jobs associated with AI. And some of the jobs that they have associated with AI in healthcare is they have health informatics, they have machine learning designer, data science, AI engineer. These are some of the jobs that are being created because of AI. We are vastly underrepresented in these areas. Vastly underrepresented. I got a video. We're going to look at it right now. And this video is about 3 minutes long. And it's a young lady who works in AI. And she's going to give you a brief overview of AI. She's much, much better at explaining the information than me and basically how Black people need to get involved in it. We cannot get left behind in AI because there's going to be a lot of money made in these areas. We can't be the last one to the table this time. We can't. And shouts out to Jordan B. Harry. She is an AI programmer. Listen to what she has to say.
For you. Hi, I'm Jordan. I help you figure out AI so that you can decide whether or not it's worth your time. And one of the big reasons why I do this work is because literacy is really important when it comes to the fact that these tools can be very biased, and that tends to have disproportionate effects on marginalized communities, particularly Black communities and Black people. Some recent papers have really highlighted how AI literacy can help you regain power over how AI impacts your life, as well as potentially shift the general use and future of these technologies. One paper is from Tara Tanksley. She's a faculty fellow at UCLA, and she did a study with Black high schoolers where they participated in a 5-week program meant to foster AI literacy. By the end of the study, these students essentially went from saying, I'm terrified of AI becoming sentient and taking over the world, to I no longer think that AI is sentient, but I'm very concerned that these technologies are doing irreparable harm to people and to the environment. I do not think we should be using these tools as often as we do, and it really pisses me off that we're using AI nonstop without asking any of these questions. I think this is also particularly important.
Before we can, do you all think we are moving too fast with AI? I mean, what AI was doing 6 months ago is The AI is doing 1,000 times more now than it was doing 6 months ago. The stuff that you saw AI doing 6 months ago is progressed. And some of these videos that we're going to look at are going to blow your mind.
Considering that some recent work out of the marketing field has highlighted that people who are not AI literate can be much more receptive to using it without question. A study from USC looks at this, and essentially what they found was that people with lower AI literacy were more likely to perceive AI as magical and experience feelings of awe in the face of AI doing things that seem like they would require a person to do it. The interesting thing about this paper is that they state that these findings suggest that companies may benefit from shifting their marketing efforts and product development towards consumers with lower AI literacy, and that efforts to demystify AI might inadvertently reduce its appeal, indicating that maintaining an aura of magic around AI could be beneficial for adoption. So it's not even just a problem with how the tools are built themselves, it's a problem with how companies might be incentivized to not educate you on how these things work in an effort to make more money off of your ignorance. If you're interested
in incentivized and not teaching you how AI works so that you think it's magical. They're thinking of ways to get your money out your pocket.
and learning more about this kind of stuff, I am doing a workshop called Choose Your AI Adventure. It's on February 17th, President's Day, and the 18th, and we'll be going over how AI works, how you can be very intentional about your use of it, and how to develop frameworks and identify when tools might be overpromising or problematic for your use. I also have a directory of tools that I've tried and tested and my thoughts on them. You can get both of them at the link in my bio, and leave a comment if you have any questions or if there are any other topics that you'd like to see me cover.
Go check out Jordan B. Harrod on TikTok. So yeah, we can't get left behind as it pertains to AI. We have to be astute in how it works, what it does, the ramifications of it, how to use it to our advantage, how to become employed in the AI field. These are things that we really, really need to take into consideration. Now, we were talking about healthcare, but we talked about some of the good things of healthcare, and we talked about some of the bad things involved in AI and healthcare. So now we're going to move on. We're going to move we're going to move away from healthcare, and we're going to talk about hiring algorithms and how AI could affect you in landing a job. And I'm pretty sure that it's already being used. So in terms of hiring algorithms, when you send your resume to someone now and they use AI resume screening, 50% more likely for your resume to be selected if you have a white sounding name. Bots favor white candidates 85% of the time. Black male names are never selected. And this information was taken from Forbes.com, and they were talking about bots. The information where they said that 50% you are 50% more likely to be selected by a AI resume screening tool if you have a white sounding name. That was put out by the University of Washington EDU. They did a study on AI bots in terms of resume searches. And also, and this is taken from the New York Post, a recent study found LLM hiring tools, I'm guessing that's language learning, some type of machine learning hiring tools, were still 3 times more biased against black applicants. They said black male names were never selected. These are ways. These are things that are happening. What bias mitigation strategies exist for these hiring tools? And can companies audit these systems? Will these AI systems be the cause of companies being sued based on hiring bias? Your AI tool was biased against, I mean, when you're talking about coding and you're talking about things of that nature, a company can tell the company to code whatever they want to code out, they can code it out. If they don't want certain type of applicants, they can put a code in that algorithm to X you out. Now, everybody that's in the AI creating space isn't doing things of this nature. They're not doing things of this nature. But these are things to think about in terms of trying to find a job as we go forward into the future. I mean, AI is going to be used in all facets of our life. So I think it would be best to know how its use will affect you. If you have a Afrocentric name, you may want to do like Chinese people. Call your, Steve, Mike. Usually even Africans do it. They know you won't be able to pronounce their name, so my name's Paul. Maybe these are things that you need to employ to get around the AI. If you want your resume to be seen and you know your name is Sharkeisha, you may not want to put Sharkeisha in that. And you can say, oh, but we're talking about getting around things. So maybe you may want to, it's bad to say that, but life ain't fair. Life isn't fair. And just because it's not fair doesn't mean that the bills are going to stop coming. You gotta have a workaround. But how do y'all feel about that? How do you all feel that your resume not even be seen by a human in terms of you getting a job? A machine may throw your resume out, and a human never looks at your resume. How are we going to get around these things? We talked a couple weeks last week. We talked about how some people feel that there is no racism. I mean, and you know, this stuff isn't gonna be employed like that. I don't. There are ethical, non-biased applications of AI that will be used, but there's always going to be rogue agents. There's going to be companies that don't want you to work for them, and this is how they're going. These is ways that they're going to employ the tactics. I told y'all we were going to talk about the goods of AI. We're going to talk about the bad things of AI. Now, the good parts of AI. You know, AI, you can go to Chat GPT. You can ask Chat GPT almost anything. There are some things that you can't ask Chat GPT, and you can get an answer instantaneously. Instantaneously. If there's something that you haven't been able to figure out and you want to figure a way to learn it, you can type it into Chat GPT, and it will line everything out for you. So, you know, we're talking about this stuff, but there are very, very good things that AI does. But there's really, really bad things that it does too. Really, really bad things that it does. How do you all feel about it? Do you all feel with the onset of AI, is it time for a new constitution? Is there time for a new Bill of Rights that deals with AI? AI is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So we're going to have to learn to live with AI. YWG said he likes to use DeepSeek AI. And I was gonna get to DeepSeek. These deep fake videos. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me show y'all some of these videos. Now I'm gonna go through a couple of them, and I'm gonna tell you the ones that are fake, and you know, after we watch them, and it's crazy, you all. I'm just gonna say it right here. It's crazy, and some of them are kind of vulgar. So I'm just gonna say it now. And some of them are funny because you look at some of the stuff, you're like, oh yeah, that's fake. But yeah, look at some of these videos that are created by AI. Now, this one right here is funny. Watch this girl eat this chicken.
Cut off your friend for missing your birthday dinner, but not the man who forgot your birthday?
Hey, I'm your AI friend. I can chat about anything, daily life, deep thoughts, or just random fun stuff. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here.
Sharking with me, y'all. The ninjas is outside. Ooh, y'all, look at him.
What's up? That is one of the fake AI influencers. This black girl is not even a real person. And she's an influencer. She's not even a real person in that. Watch these videos.
He is so fine, y'all.
One, don't be dumb like me and glue your eyeballs shut. Use the damn mirror, not your front cam. Step 2, pray. These tweezers do not got my back today. Hey, hold up. PERD. That's 1 cluster down, 39 to go. I'm basically a licensed esthetician now. Y'all see the vision? I look like a tired fairy. A sexy one. Y'all all L. Look.
It's 1:43 in the morning.
All
Sneak out for this little 2 minutes. Shh. We really out here. Y'all, they better be fine.
How'd she just get in the back seat, y'all? Oh,
Cut off your friend for missing your birthday dinner, but not the man who forgot your birthday?
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Can we talk about these weird ass?
All right, I need y'all to tell me if I'm tripping or not. Y'all don't find it weird that the 92%, the black women, said that we were going to sit back, not involve ourselves in any of this stuff going on because we did our part during the election. We're not going to overextend ourselves for people who did not care to vote with us. Y'all don't find it weird that all of a sudden we're starting to see like all these weird AI videos, either A, using our likeness to express support for different things that we are not in support of, that we didn't say we were in support of, or B, using our...
Why you motherfuckers mess up my order every time I come here?
This
I'm
is
done
not
with
real,
y'all.
y'all.
I need 15 Happy Meals, 50 nuggets, and 3 McFlurries. And please hurry, my kids are waiting in the car. Why you motherfuckers mess up my order every time?
I need to know who behind these AI videos, because I know it ain't no black motherfucker. The way these motherfuckers...
If I have any other female Marines that see in this video, I need you to tap in. I am so tired of people using women, black women, for this type of
Mission complete! Now it's time for peace! Matthew 5:9 says, blessed are the peacemakers!
What I'm talking about, there's a video circulating, AI generated, showing black women in the military celebrating the bombing of Iran. It is crucial that you understand this isn't real. It's not represented. It's not represented as a black woman. I'm trying to calm down. Black women in America have a long history of standing for justice and peace. They have been at the forefront of social justice movements, advocating equality and truth. This kind of propaganda tries to destroy the reality and create division. So let's be critical of the content that we see online, okay? And prioritize truth over misinformation. Share this video and help spread awareness and ensure the uplifting is accurate and it provides representation. Because let me tell you, if
These videos are crazy. These videos are crazy.
All right, I need y'all to tell me.
Trick always sends a Uber XL because I'm worth it. Y'all be getting picked up in a DoorDash car smelling like food on the way to a...
Wrap this AI shit up by the end of the week, because now I feel like we've officially lost the plot. Hey, I'm not gonna...
So
I'm at this luxury mall and these old white folks keep looking at me like I'm crazy. Child, I do not care. First stop, Chanel. I think I'm gonna buy this one.
This is all fake, y'all.
Child, this sales associate kept acting like I couldn't afford to shop there. So you know I had to buy out the whole store.
I'm at this luxury mall and these old white folks keep looking.
Are y'all looking at this stuff? Are y'all looking at this stuff? This is crazy. Now, there are some bad videos out there. Really bad videos. Really, really bad videos. They have, yeah, I gotta let you see it. I was trying to get to it, but yeah, this is crazy, y'all. These AI fake videos are gonna have people hurting themselves because people are really going to think that this stuff is real, and it's not real. Yeah, it's crazy, y'all. Now there was a video I was trying to find it. I can't locate it. But some of these AI, I wanted y'all to see this AI granny video. But it's after 10 o'clock. It's after 10 o'clock, so there is a little bit of cursing. There is a little bit of cursing in the video. But some of these videos are crazy, y'all. These videos are crazy. And they look real. That's the scary part about it is, and a lot of the and I will say this, a lot of videos. Okay, here we go. Now, this video is this video is 3 minutes long, and I'll let you all take a look. I'll let you all take a look, and I'll let you all tell me. this video here is rough. I'm just gonna straight up tell you it's rough. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough.
Where to create racist videos. Here it is.
You can tell this is AI because he is cooperating. Don't make me run from you. Don't make me tase you.
If I'm being honest, when I saw your name, I almost skipped the resume. Thought it was one of those diversity hires. Talks like he's trying to be one of us, dresses like he's trying to scare us. No wonder nobody takes you seriously.
Hey, Spider-Man, you got any spare chain?
How about you get a job, you
Hey, you got any chicken and watermelon, boy?
Think that's the worst of it? You'd be wrong. Here it is.
This picking cotton is easy. All these other just complaining. But that's why Massa loves me. I put in the work. Do you want a whip or are you going to double it for the next monkey? Bitch, you're going to hit me either way. You're right.
What do you do in your free time?
Not sure what you mean by a free, but I like speedrunning cotton rows for personal bests.
Where did you get that tattoo? The artist like that.
Marking came with my chains. Didn't choose the design.
When are you taking a break?
Still waiting on HR to approve my vacation since 1802.
So do you want to get whipped once or double it and pass it on to the next poor soul?
Bitch, you gonna whip me regardless of what I say?
That's true.
I asked Massa for a raise, and he raised the whip and beat the out of me.
Put it up for a Maas. All right. AI, software, creating racist videos. Creating such videos has become more accessible to the average user now, where the only limit is your imagination, even if that imagination happens to be racist as hell. Based on the watermark of some of these clips, the software used to create this was VO3AI, an app developed by Google where users can write a prompt and the software would generate realistic imagery. It's one of many tools used to achieve such videos. All right, so, we're in the land of make-believe again, and typically individuals have the right to freedom of speech. This is a free speech dynamic, as tasteless as it may be. And we had a debate not too long ago on Indisputable about Section 230 and how platforming such racist comment or commentary should be restricted or refereed in a more, well, let's just say, honorable fashion on social media platforms when publishing such content. Our rockers use AI software to create racist videos. Here it is.
So what y'all think of that video? Now, I said at the beginning we're going to talk about the good and the bad, and we can't talk about the good without talking about the bad. We can't talk about the bad without talking about the good. But how do y'all feel about that? Yeah, I like that dude too. I like his show too, Score. And I wanted to show y'all that. To show y'all the power of AI. And the only way you can combat that is by knowing how to use AI, knowing what to look for, because there's going to be a lot of people that put videos out like that and say that they're real. And yeah, the power of AI is growing exponentially on a daily basis. You would look at those videos and you would be mad because you would think that those were real people really, really demeaning themselves. But no, that's AI. That's AI, y'all. It's AI. Now, if y'all looked at the thumbnail I created, you'll see that they have we have facial recognition on there, and we're gonna get into policing. We're 1 hour into the show. We're an hour and 5 minutes into the show. Hit the like button. 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 Okay. We're an hour into the show. And Scorpius Wild. Those videos were crazy. How do y'all feel about those videos? Those videos look real. Those videos look real. It's what the world's coming to. So we're going to talk about AI facial recognition, and how now this is the really bad, because this is the really bad. This is the stuff that is scary, because if you all have ever, I can't think, what was the name? There was a movie. Tom Cruise did a movie. And the name of the movie was Minority Report. And the premise of Minority Report was that it was future policing, where they were going to predict if you were getting arrested off of the computer, predicting the crime that you would commit, and you were being arrested before you did the crime, because AI said you were going to do the crime, and then they were throwing people in jail. And it was Tom Cruise's job to find out who was behind it and to stop it. Now, there weren't loads of black people being arrested in Minority Report, but the premise was people getting arrested, and the name of the movie was Minority Report. And all of it was based off of facial recognition and things of that nature. If you've never watched Minority Report, you should watch it. You should watch Minority Report. I think it's Tom Cruise. I could be wrong. I'm almost certain that it is, though. And I'll tell you all I'll read you all what the marquee for the movie was. Minority Report, Tom Cruise. So, Minority Report was a detective thriller set in Washington, D.C. in 2054, where police utilized, back then they called it psychic technology, to arrest and convict murderers before they commit the crime. That sounds like facial recognition AI to me. I don't know what it sounds like to y'all, but yeah, Minority Report. Now, in 2018, some facial recognition systems misclassified dark-skinned women. Misclassified dark-skinned women up to 34.7% of the time versus just 0.8% for light-skinned men. Now, why they would say women and then men is, but that's what they did. And this was on diversity.com. Almost 35% of the time, dark-skinned women were misclassified by facial recognition. 35% of the time, they don't really go into, they didn't, I'm going to look some information up, but they didn't really go into about men. So hold on for 1 second. I don't want Coursera. Wow, okay, Scorp. You don't like light-skinned men? Dang, Scorp. Sheesh. Okay. So MIT did a study on unmasking the bias in facial recognition algorithms. Okay. And this book was written by computer scientist Joy Buolamwini. And basically, she looked at how power shadows are lurking in the data sets used to train artificial intelligence. As a graduate student working at MIT, working on a class project, Joy Buolamwini, PhD 2022, encountered a problem. Facial analysis software did not detect her face. Though it detected the faces of people with lighter skin without a problem. To finish her project, she had to wear a white mask to be detected by the computer. So we're going to read this excerpt from her book, and basically she covers the topics that we talked about earlier in terms of AI. And it says, in this excerpt, Buolamwini discusses how data sets used to train facial recognition systems can lead to bias and how even data sets considered benchmarks, including one created by a government agency that set out to collect a diverse data set, can underrepresent women and people of color. When machine learning is used to diagnose medical conditions, to inform hiring decisions, or even detect hate speech, we must keep in mind that the past dwells in our data. In this case of hiring, Amazon learned this lesson when it created a model to screen resumes. The model was trained on data of prior successful employees who had been selected by humans, so the prior choices of human decision makers became the basis on which the system was trained. Now, if the system is trained on information that is biased, then naturally the machine is going to have a bias programmed into it. Internal tests revealed that the model was screening out resumes that contained the word women or women associated colleges. We talked about that earlier. The system had learned that the prior candidates deemed successful were predominantly male. Past hiring practices and centuries of denying women the right to education, coupled with the challenges faced once entering higher education, made it especially difficult to penetrate male-dominated fields. Faithful to the data the model was trained on, it filtered out resumes indicating a candidate was a woman. This was the byproduct of prior human decisions that favored men. At Amazon, the initial system was not adopted after the engineers were unable to take out the gender bias. The choice to stop is a viable and necessary option. And that was the first paragraph of her paper. Then it says the face data sets I examined revealed data that was not representative of society. The example of the Amazon hiring model illustrates what happens when data does indeed reflect the assumptions of society. Their model reflected power shadows. Power shadows are cast when the biases or systemic exclusion of a society are reflected in the data. Seeing the major skews toward lighter skinned individuals and men in the face data sets motivated her to understand why these biases happen. How were these data sets collected in the first place? When she looked at the government benchmark as a starting point, answers started to emerge. To attempt to overcome privacy issues, the researchers chose to focus on public figures, who, by the nature of their jobs in society, often as public servants, had a level of visibility that made information about their demographic details public knowledge. While using public figures could potentially overcome some privacy concerns, the choice itself became embedded with power shadows. Who holds political office? It's no surprise that around the world, men have historically held political power. And to this day, we see the patriarchy at play when it comes to leadership and decision making. At the time she conducted her research, UN Women released a chart showing the gender gap in representation for women in parliaments. The analysis revealed that on average, men made up 76.7% of parliament members. So when creating a data set based off of parliament members, the shadows of basically she's saying that if the data sets that you all are employing to drive AI have singled out people historically, they're going to be singled out in your algorithms. How do you take out the biases of a system that the data sets hold the information of the bias? If the AI is learning from information that excludes certain people, the algorithms are going to exclude certain people. So how do you get around that? How do Black people get around that? How do you get around data sets from a system that has been inherently racist towards the individuals? How do you screen out that information? Can it? It can't be. Because it's in the data. It can't be screened out. If you're misrepresented in the data, then you're going to be misrepresented in the algorithms. And then basically she goes into Laura said, you can't get past it without stripping the entire algorithm. So when people say that there is no racism, I mean, you can look at the data sets and it'll explain to people that racism is still here. How we get around it? How y'all feel about this information? Knowing that we come from a country that has been skewed by racism, and the data sets that are training AI are the data sets from all the exclusion. You can't be included. You're not going to be included because the AI is using data sets. How do we get around? I mean, are the algorithms racist? I mean, I don't think we can say that. I mean, the algorithm isn't racist. It's the data. It's the data that makes the algorithm that shows the racism, and the algorithm is just going to go along the data sets. Robert Mann said AI is racism. Yeah, you're right, Robert. It has to be. AI is racism because the data that is guiding the AI is racist data. So how do you get around algorithms of information that is already exclusionary? I got to go back and look at some of these comments. I've been doing a lot of talking, and it's been a lot of comments. But how do we get around it? Like Robert said, AI is AI the new racism? I wish if we have any tech people that are in the chat, step to the front so that I can put the link up so that you can come in and give the view of AI from your coding point of view. So if we have any tech people that are on I can't wait. If you all don't know, Cincinnati, Ohio, I think is the #1 city in the country for black tech startups. And in, I think, a month, it may be less than a month. I'm going to put it up. But here in Cincinnati, they have something called Black Tech Week. And it's July 16th through the 18th. And it's an annual conference that celebrates black tech entrepreneurs and fosters relationships within the black tech community. Founded in 2013 by Felicia Hatcher and Derek Person in Miami, Florida. The event brings together thousands of individuals from various industries to learn and network. Hold on. Yeah, that's 2024. Okay, so Black Tech Week 2024 will be July 14th to 16th. It's going to be at the Aeronaut here in Cincinnati. And the featured keynote speaker for Black Tech Week is Kiki Palmer. And she's going to be talking about a variety of ways that technology has helped her in her career. And it goes on from July 14th to the 16th. So if you are in tech and you're looking for you're looking for the best conference to go to, you need to look at Black Tech Week, July 14th to 16th, right here in Cincinnati, Ohio. There's lots of activities. I've been to it every year. I've been to it every year since 2021, and every year is something different. Very, very good. Last year, the keynote speaker was, I can't think, the girl from, she had a show on HBO. I can't think of her name, but it'll come to me. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. It's very good. So if you are Black and you're in tech, especially if you're a Black woman and you're in tech, you may want to look at Black Tech Week, which is happening in Cincinnati, Ohio, July the 14th through the 16th. But what? Laura Wise said, the people are racist because the humans select the data points. Okay. Laura Wise said, AI is against humanity. I think anytime you take the human element out of something, it's against humanity. It's against, and I can tell you all this. I won't have no robot in my house. There will be no Tesla bot in my house. Because I'm telling you, you're going to hear about somebody being deleted by their robot. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, Juggernaut said AI sources are not linked to each other. Every company has their own data inputs. Okay. Hey, Darkstar, how you doing? Okay, but Laura Wise said, true, Jug, but companies copy off the success of other companies and call it industry standards. Is the standard by AI is it inherently discriminatory against Black people just based off of the data? How do you get around data sets that, this is historical information. It can't be changed. So how do you get around those data points to produce a more homogeneous society when the information that the AI is getting its information from is, it's racist by nature. It's racist by what happened in the past, by people being excluded from getting certain jobs. How do you get around it? Can you get around the data that AI is using to produce a more homogeneous society? Or will society just have racist undertones because of the information that is being fed to the AI? How do you get around that? How do we get around a computer that has information and data that is already exclusionary? How do we get around that? Right. Ooh, I'm a what? What? Come on, y'all. Come on now. Talk to me. How do we get around these things? Commercial systems misidentified black faces 10 to 100 times more than white faces. 10 to 100 times more black people are misidentified by facial recognition systems. How can we prevent AI enabled discrimination? Now, while y'all think about that, we're going to talk about some good stuff in terms of AI. When I first moved back to Cincinnati, I moved back here knowing that I wanted to basically start doing my business here. And when I first got here, I was running into different obstacles. Different things were happening, and I was searching for answers about how to be more efficient, how to generate more business, and basically how to make my business better. And one of my buddies, one of my business partners, Alan Long, Daffy Speaks. If y'all on, go check out Daffy Speaks, DAFI Speaks. He's on YouTube. I think he's got like 2 or 3 videos where he's talking about different topics. He introduced me to a guy here in Cincinnati named Matt Sayas. And he is the founder of the Innovation Acceleration AI. And he invited me to come to Cincinnati. Has this accelerator that's right downtown where basically anything that's innovative, AI, machine learning, deals with the arts, they deal with it there. It's a technology hub. And I went there and not really knowing a lot about AI or how AI could assist me with my company. And I got to sit down with Matt Sayas. That's Matt, S-I-A-S. He's on LinkedIn. Go check him out. Matt is really, really cool. And I'm figuring if you have some questions about AI and you hit Matt up, he would answer you. Might not be as quick, he's a busy, very, very, very busy guy. But Matt is a expert in terms of AI and how AI can help business. And what Matt's company does is you go to him and you have an interview with him, and you all talk about your business and the direction that you see and what you want to do with things like that. And basically he puts it into the AI system that he created, and basically it gives you a wealth of information in terms of how you can make your company more efficient, things that you can employ in your company's everyday dealings. And this is worth a lot of money. This is worth a lot of money. Because basically we had a conversation for about an hour and a half where we just basically talked about my company, what I was doing, where I wanted to go, and things of that nature. And he took that information, that conversation that we had, he put it into his AI, his AI app. And basically it gave me a breakdown of things that were necessary for my company to grow and for me to be a more efficient entrepreneur and a more efficient business owner. After I got this from Matt, I took this home, and the conversation that we had, I employed everything. I took notes. I employed everything that we had talked about in terms of what I wanted to do to grow my company. And AI helped me. AI created this document that basically broke down my entire organization, some of the pitfalls that I had went through, and basically gave me ways to grow. And since I read this printout that Matt created for me at the Innovation Lab here in Cincinnati, after I employed his tactics, I won my first contract based off of his AI app that he created with his data points. And I've thanked Matt several times for this information. I wanted to have Matt on this show tonight, but he is a computer guy and he goes to bed very early. So, Matt, I appreciate what you did for me in terms of my organization, and just know, man, that the information that you gave me, it was very, very helpful in me winning my first government contract. So there are things that are very, very beneficial in terms of utilizing AI. But like we've said, it has to come from an AI app that is ethically non-biased, because it's all in the data points. So we've been talking about bad things, but I had to highlight my buddy Matt Sayas from the Innovation Lab here in Cincinnati, and yeah, the great things that he is doing in terms of AI and how it will be beneficial as we go in as we forge ahead into the 2030s, 2040s. So yeah, I appreciate Matt what he did, and yeah, it comes down to the people that you're working with. Are they ethical and are they non-biased? When you're talking about data sets and data points and things like that, it's going to all be tied into the numbers. And if the numbers that you are employing in your data sets are discriminatory, you're going to get discriminatory results. So what's going to happen? That's what's going to happen. So yeah, if you're in Cincinnati, go check out the Innovation Lab on Reading Road. It's a great place. You'll meet some good people. And yeah. So we're talking about bad things, but yeah, there are some good things in terms of AI and how it can be employed to help you in your day-to-day lives as well as in your businesses. So yeah, shouts out to Matt. So we've talked about facial recognition. We've talked about hiring algorithms. And now we're going to talk about policing. How AI is used in policing. And we've already talked about how Black people are up to 100 times more likely to be misidentified by facial recognition software than white individuals. And there's an example of that. You can look Robert Williams. You can look Robert Williams up in Detroit, who was arrested due to facial recognition error. Robert Williams was arrested in Detroit, and he was later exonerated, but he was arrested based off of wrong data and facial recognition technology. In 2019, the ACLU test found that Amazon's recognition matched 28 members of Congress to mugshots. 40% were people of color. recognized 28 members of Congress as people in mugshots. And although we make up a very, very small percentage of individuals in Congress, 40% of those 28 people were African American. Now that's funny. So the question I have for you all is, should law enforcement be allowed to use facial recognition at all? If it's wrong, 40%, if it's up to 100 times more likely to misidentify your face, should the police be able to use it? Should the police be able to use it? Jig and I said you have the right to refuse facial recognition at airports. Scorp said bounce a check and you would be in. That's what it sounded like, Scorp. Y'all, Scorp, what you drink tonight? Okay. I didn't miss your comment, Dark Star. I'm about to put it up here now. So, Dark Star said she did computer learning for Amazon. And a woman was killed in Alabama by a robot. She said, we screwed. Dark Star, Dark Star, are you a coder? Do you code, Dark Star? Should law enforcement be able to use facial recognition at all? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. We're at an hour 42. We got about, wow, this 2 hours has gone really, really fast talking about AI. I've still got a lot of info, but yeah, so we're going to speed through this. Now, I already talked about Minority Report and the movie that Tom Cruise did, which was based off of algorithms of people saying that they were going to be arrested before they commit the crime and be thrown into jail, based off predictive index. Also, what safeguards should be required if police are going to use AI? Should they have audit logs, bias testing, or opt-outs? I don't want my face facial. I don't want to be facially recognized because everybody's got a doppelganger out here. I don't think facial. Nah, I don't know how you all feel about that. You're not drinking, Scorp. You just letting your hair down. You just being cool. You Scorp, don't pay no attention to me. Don't pay no. Keep on doing Scorp. I know you're not drinking. You just high on life. But yeah, what safeguards should be required in terms of facial recognition is going to be used by the police? Should it be used at all? What y'all think? Scorp, you better not go in the corner. Chill out. Okay. As we move on from facial recognition and misidentification, we're going to talk about predictive policing and over-policing of Black communities. And it says AI used in predictive policing, e.g. PredPol, often reinforces existing systemic biases. These tools analyze arrest data, which is already biased due to over-policing and end up recommending more policing in the same black neighborhoods. Do you all believe that AI doesn't erase bias? It automates it at scale? Do you all believe that AI does not erase bias, but it automates it at scale? Scorp, you gonna do my panel. Scorp, chill out. Yep, they do. Darkstar said computer learning is sometimes they do. Because I used to be over talent management. So basically I was over the engineers AWS learning modules. When they wanted to take an AWS class, basically I would sign them up for it. They would take the class, they would bring the certifications back to me, and basically we would add that new certification to their internal resume that we had. And yeah, there are, if you want to learn about AI and things of that nature, there's a system of tools called Amazon Web Services, where basically you can learn, and they have different modules that you can take. You can take AWS machine learning. You can take AWS architecture. There's different modules that they have in Amazon Web Services training. And I'm pretty sure Darkstar can talk more about that than me. Basically, the engineers and the programmers that I work with, they would come to me and say, I want to take this AWS course. AWS Programming 3. And basically, I would sign them up for the course. They would take the AWS course. And then basically, once they received their certification, they would bring it to me, and basically I would put it into the work file. But yeah. They wouldn't let you learn robotics. Hey, Darkstar, why not? Darkstar said facial recognition has been done by Walmart for at least 5 years. I know Walmart is one of those places where they let you steal. Y'all think you're stealing from the self-checkout. Y'all think y'all stealing, and then y'all come in there one time and y'all steal something and they get y'all. That's because they didn't let y'all steal up to $500. They let y'all steal $500 worth of stuff. And now it's not just a misdemeanor, it's a felony. And then they have all the videos of all the stuff that you've ever stolen. And now you're going to jail for a felony. So yeah, that's why a lot of you people think you're getting away with walking out of Walmart with stuff that you didn't pay for through the self-check. They record it all. And once you hit that $500 threshold, they arrest you. And it's a felony. And you can't say, oh, it's the first time I did it. They got you on video 15, 10 times, whatever, stealing. And yeah, you plead guilty and you get your just due. That's what happens. Darkstar said, all of Walmart's facial recognition information is put into a database. Law enforcement is now doing the same. Exactly. Exactly. Greetings to anyone that came in. We're talking about AI and the Black experience. We've talked about all types of things tonight, but now we're talking about AI as it deals with policing. And basically what we've come to the conclusion is that AI is using information from data sets that are historically biased and discriminatory. And if those are the databases that are going to be used, then AI is going to be inherently discriminatory and racist. And we're talking about how do we as a nation of people get around this? How do we get around the biases of AI? Is it possible? Is it possible to get around the biases of AI? I'm not sure. If the biases are in the data set, then you're not getting. If the biases are in the data set, then you're not getting away from the bias because you're not getting away from the data sets. I'm gonna ask y'all again. AI does it erase bias? It automates it at scale. Is predictive policing ethical? Or is it based on flawed historical data? Should police be able to predict using a predictive index to say this person is going to commit a crime such and such? Maybe we need to go ahead and arrest them and get them off the street before they commit their crime. Does there need to be a new AI Bill of Rights? Does there need to be a new AI Bill of Rights? Do we need a new set of Bill of Rights with the inception of the use of AI? Predictive policing. You could be arrested before you even commit the crime. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. I'm glad you're not a thief neither, Score. YWG still in a Walmart? I hope YWG. Yeah. That's why, yeah. Walmart will let you steal up to $500. And then they're going to arrest you. Felony. So yeah, y'all think y'all getting away. They're just letting the charges pile up on you. Yeah. And then they know because they got your face on there. She said, and Darkstar said that Walmart has been using, you walk into Walmart and y'all, they got that little screen when I haven't been in a Walmart in over 2 years, so I can't really tell you. I don't shop at Walmart anymore. I don't shop at Target anymore. But when you walk in Walmart and they have that little screen when you walk in and everybody looks up at it and walks, yeah, they got your face. I'm on there too, but I ain't been in a long time. But yeah, when y'all walk in Walmart and y'all look up, look, we on the screen. Yeah, they got your face. Oh, I didn't even put the poll up. Okay, I just put it up. Wow, I thought I had put the poll up, y'all, but I didn't. There it is. Have you used AI? Chat GPT, Gemini, etc. You've used it. If you've used the email and you see that word, that's AI. Wow, he be stealing seeds. YWG's walking out with green bean seeds in his pockets. Allegedly, Darkstar said, allegedly, Amazon is prejudiced as hell. They don't want blacks to learn the nuances and progress with the company. I've never worked at Amazon, but I know they work the hell out of you. I do know that. My little cousin works at Amazon. Boy, they be working. They be working the snot out of people. Woo. Dark Stars on one tonight. I mean, not Dark Stars. Squirt Mama's on one tonight. She said, YWG, buy one, steal three. But yeah, everyone. I don't think there's a person in the world right now that has not used AI. I think everybody in the world has utilized AI. If you've sent an email, you've utilized AI. If you done typed out something and then the rest of your sentence pops up and you're like, oh, you just hit that button, ooh, hit it to, that's AI. I don't think that there's a person on the planet that lets you know that AI it can be bad. If every person in the world has been touched by AI, it can't be good. It can't be good. Full clip, what's going on, my brother? Everybody has used AI. AI is in games now. AI is everywhere. AI is on the I haven't rode the bus. I haven't rode the bus in a while, but AI is on the buses now. When the AI, I mean, now they got the trucks that follow the buses around to make sure that they're on time. AI is predicting, yeah. AI is all over the place. Man, just chilling, brother. Just chilling. We were talking about how AI is going to take over the AI. How do we get around AI? I mean, they got the thing now. They got in the neighborhoods in the inner city. They got the shot box. They got a shot box that if a gun goes off, they got this little box that it'll tell the police where the shots came from. Wow! And the box hears it, and it tell the police exactly where the shots originated from. It's in every city. It's in every city. You worked at Amazon for 5 years, they be working. Woof. They be 6 days. Yeah, they believe in the 6-day work week. 1 day off. Amazon, boy, they be working. Woo! I couldn't work there. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong, I'm a hard worker. Now, I done picked up some of them jokers from Amazon after their shift is over. boy. But yeah, AI will be a facet of all of our lives. And we've already discussed how the information and the data sets that most of AI is using are biased from the inception. Yeah, everybody got a gun in Texas. Yeah, shot boxes are used. Everybody got their mama got a gun. And yeah, they just shooting in the backyard in Texas. They just go out in the backyard and just, wow. Wile E. Kite. What's the Yosemite Sam? Wow. That's what they do in Texas. Yeah, it's shot boxing. Everybody shoots in Texas. Everybody. I don't think there's anybody on the planet that has not been impacted by AI. And that's a scary thing. If you have something that everybody on the planet has used, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing if there's something out there that everyone has touched. That means that they have data sets on all of us. They have a predictive index on everybody. So I guess if you've never been arrested, then you're not going to be on the predictive index for getting arrested. But if you have been arrested, you've been arrested 10 times. They're going to be watching you. They're going to be watching you. Whenever you have something that everybody on the globe has touched, that's not a good thing. And what you're touching is creating data sets. We most definitely will be continuing this conversation. I think everybody should do a deep dive on AI, because believe me, some of the stuff I found out with this little research, I would have never thought of AI's reach. If something is too good to be true, it probably is. If something is too good to be true, if there is something
Love Addicts Music Group
on the planet has touched, at some point in time, it's not a good thing. I don't know how y'all look at it, but I look at it as there are good things that AI can do. AI is in too many of the wrong hands. When you have something like AI, power that it employs, that being in the wrong hands can be disastrous for people who have inherently been biased and discriminated against. Because those same data points is what AI is using to make predictions about you. This is when you go in Maas. We still discuss AI, Black experience, progress, pitfalls, and power. But
Lab Addicts Music Group.
We will be back tomorrow with the show. Y'all know what it is, 11 p.m. tomorrow night. The show. Where we will be discussing cool topics. So I'll see y'all tomorrow night, 11 p.m. on the show. It's your boy Maas. I enjoy speaking to y'all. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow.